Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Irrelevant. I'm here with another Road to Pirate King video. This time we're going to be changing it up from the Bonnie. We're going to be playing the new OP8 Pudding. Now the game plan for Pudding is very straightforward. You ramp super fast, play 10 drops, win the game before you lose. That's literally it. That's the whole game plan. And what you're trying to do with this deck is ideally you go first, you swing with Pudding on your 3 Dawn play, you ramp, and then on the next turn, hopefully your opponent swings at you, you take a life, and then you play this new 6-drop Katakuri, which will flip your life and also ramp you, so that on your second attack turn, you can swing with Pudding again, and on your next turn you're at 10. So that's literally like your 1 Dawn play, 3 Dawn play, and then you go up to 4, 5, 6, and then 10. So in 4 turns, you're able to play Lin Lin. That's like best case scenario. That's like the bread and butter. That's what you're going for. And we do pull it off, I think like twice. So we'll go over that. This deck is really fun. It's just a little susceptible to getting run down if your opponent goes wide. That's the only downside about this deck. Like, if your opponent rushes you down really quickly, you're just going to lose. But if you're able to like stall, or they're not able to put you down fast enough, or if you ramp just super fast and you're able to play 10 drop, things are looking very bad for your opponent. So again, I'm not going to go too much into the list. This is the list. Let me know if you guys play something different, but the one thing I'll talk about is this card. This card is very useful in the late game to end out games, or towards the middle of the end game to clear board, and it definitely has come up. So I definitely like the inclusion of this card, but let's get right into these games. First up is a Lucci. So we are going to go first, and again, we'll go over what the go-to is. I'm debating on if I want to mulligan, but since I have the Pudding, 2 searchers, I'm going to go ahead and keep this, because there's 2 cards I'm looking for. I'm looking for a 10-drop Lin Lin, and I'm looking for a 6-drop Katakuri. So I see both Katakuri and Lin Lin. I'm just going to take the Lin Lin because I feel like that's a little more important. And I'm going to play the Pudding, and luckily I find the 6-drop. So we are like rocking, and we are like full steam ahead right now. If he swings at us, that's exactly what we want. We're going to take that 100 times out of 100, because when we get this life, we only have 1 face-up card. And next turn, we play Katakuri, we flip that life face down and ramp, so now our Pudding is able to ramp again. So next turn, we're at 10. So it's going to be our 4th turn, and we're going to drop a Big Mom on his face while he's at 6 Dawn. It's so, like, this is legitimately the best case scenario for Pudding, and it's just so oppressive when it goes like that. I'm just going to counter with the Brulee because I just have no intention of playing blockers, because I'm just going to smack him with Big Mom starting now. And like that's it, right? Our job is done. Like, we got to 10, and boom, Big Mom's gonna carry us the rest of the game. And there's legit, like, not much he can do here, because I have another one in my hand. I'm just going to keep pressuring him down. He has no stage that he can, like, you know, kill my Lin Lin very effectively. So let's see what he does. He does have Ice Age. That's a card that exists. That's pretty cool. So he does get rid of the Lin Lin, but that's okay because we have another one. He's gonna swing. I hit a Brulee trigger. That's pretty nasty. And we're just gonna go ahead and counter that, and I top draw another Lin Lin, so this game is pretty much over. We're just gonna go. I'm not even gonna bother going for board. We're just gonna go for face, and at this point, either he does something or he loses, but there's not much he can do, honestly. This was just a steamroll of a game. I got exactly what I wanted, and he just basically stood no chance, especially if I got Big Mom on my 4th turn. So remember, you want to go first, look for Katakuri, 6-drop. That way, you're able to play your 10-drop on your 4th turn. that's like the strongest play in Pudding, I feel. So he does play a Rebecca, which is okay because we have this card, Ocean Sovereignty, which is just going to go ahead and KO that Rebecca, and then we're going to swing a bunch at his life with the Lin Lin. So we're pretty much rocking and rolling towards the next game. Let's see if we can maybe speed this up to the next game. Swing, yeah, I'll take it. And then we play the Sovereignty, and then just put everything on and swing, and we win. So let's try and find the next game. Okay, next game, let me slow it down now. Next game against the new Structure Deck 14, Luffy. Apparently this deck is doing very, very well. I wonder if it's because a lot of people don't really know what it does or how to play against it. Maybe that's the reason, but it's actually a pretty solid deck. It has pretty good support cards, and the leader itself ability like synergizes really well with what the deck is trying to do. So overall, it is actually like a pretty solid deck. So let's see if we have as good luck as we did against the Lucci. So we do not have the 6-drop Katakuri right now, which is a little like that is super ideal, but it's not the end of the world, right? Even if we don't drop it, because I can play Flampe, take that face-up life, and I can swing and ramp. Only thing is, because I don't have the 6-drop Katakuri, he also ramps, so I won't be able to hit 8. That's the only downside. But what I can do is play Miss All Sunday, ramp, Flampe to get that life, and then I can swing with my leader and ramp again, and now I'm at 10. So if I had Lin Lin instead of like the ace or something, that would be sick. But that's okay. I don't have the Lin Lin. I do have the ace. I don't need that Katakuri anymore, so I'm just going to counter out of it. And now I'm just going to start poking him a little bit. Get some cards out of his hand. Maybe play the ace. I'm debating on what I want to do here. I could play the ace, just heal, and have a big target up. But since he is a black deck, I'm afraid that he can kill that ace pretty easily. And what I would love to do is find a 10-drop Lin Lin. And I think what I end up doing is not playing the ace, and instead playing Pudding, trying to look for a Lin Lin. I find this Lin Lin instead, which is alright. It's not ideal, but it's not that bad. Like, I can remove a unit, heal, and develop a big body. So that ends up working out. Let's see what he does. I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Control-Shift-L, Control-Shift-K. Alright, so he's gonna swing at my unit. I'm just gonna counter out. That's okay. And again, I'm just gonna play another 9-drop Lin Lin, I think I make a big boo-boo here, because remember, 9-drop Lin Lin only can remove something that costs 6 or less. And that Robin is actually at 7 cost. So I do this, I try to click the Robin, and then I realize, oh crap, she's at 7. So, not the end of the world, but not the most ideal play that's out there. But it is what it is. We still develop a big body. He is going to go ahead and swing into this. I think I let it fall this time. Yep. Swing 7. I have a good amount of life, so I'm going to take it. Trigger the Miss All Sunday. And we grab the Sovereignty again. And once again, we'll see that it comes really clutch. I'm able to remove 2 of his units. Just like that. Excuse me. And I'm just going to swing at his board because there's really nothing else I have to do. I can't end the game, so going for board is a good strat there. And just start whittling him down, removing his board while developing mine. I still have a big body on board. I still have a blocker. Things are looking pretty good for me, even though I didn't draw a 10 drop Linlen yet. Swing 7, I guess I counter out of that. Another Sovereignty. That's what I'm telling you guys. That card is so freaking good, man. In the late game, it just... You're just able to like steamroll just past, remove blockers, remove good units from their board, while you still have, you know, your 9 drops, your 10 drops on board, because you ramp so fast. Sovereignty is just such a good card in the late game. He is thinking right here. And yeah, he has no counter, so unfortunate for him. Pudding seems to do pretty okay into black decks, it looks like. Reiju. Now, Reiju is a deck that honestly is, I think is very favored into Pudding. Like, Pudding has a hard time against Reiju. And I think the reason to that is obviously Reiju is able to just ramp so fast. Not ramp, go wide so fast. If they find Ichiji, they're able to rush you down very quickly. It's just super tough for you to deal with, generally. But let's see what happens. I think I do win this game. I can't remember honestly, but my game plan doesn't really change. I have 3 10-drop Linlens in my hand, so I am trying to get to 10 as fast as humanly possible. Unfortunately for me, I don't draw a ramp this turn. If I had drawn something else, like if I had drawn that Katakuri, that would be so good for me. But I didn't draw any ramp, so unfortunately I'm just gonna start going wide and start swinging 5s, poking 5s at him with my other units, and just pray that he, you know, he can't really rush me down, and he plays a little inefficiently. Porsche is probably looking for, you know, another Reiju, another Ichiji. There's a bunch of stuff this deck does. This deck is just a huge catalyst for Ichiji. All this deck does, every single card in this deck is, the whole point of it is to find Ichiji. Like, if Ichiji didn't exist, this deck would be like a bottom feeder, 0 tier deck. It's Ichiji Simulator, what this deck is. So, I thought maybe if I could just remove Ichiji, that would make my life a little easier, because it's there. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to heal, and we're going to remove that Ichiji, put it on the bottom life, so he has no access to it. So he can't just rush us down with a free 7k, which is very balanced. Another Porsche, again, all it does, it exists to look for more Ichijis. And we will be at 10 Dawn next turn. That's what I was trying to say. If we had a ramp the turn before, we would have been able to play our big mom 10 drop. And that would have honestly given us a lot of leeway and protection, especially, and added a lot of pressure, because instead of them healing one, they would have lost a life. So, but that's okay, we can play 10 drop now. I think I'm just gonna counter, or am I gonna take this? I can't remember. Yeah, I'm just gonna counter. I want to keep high life. I'm just gonna start swinging at his board, because that's the only way we lose. We're just gonna get rushed down. Of course he's gonna block that. We play the Linlen. We don't have to swing at his life, because the Linlen is going to do that for us, right? The Linlen's gonna take the life anyway. So we want to swing at the board. Like, especially the Porsches, not necessarily the Germa characters, because they're gonna come back, it doesn't matter. Porsche can't come back. So if we can remove Porsche, that's pretty useful for us. But a lot of thinking, he is able to, again, he's just gonna swing at us. We're just going to try and counter as much as we can, because the only way we lose is like that, if he plays Ichiji. So 1, 2, third ETG is in his life. There's only one more ETG in his deck that we have to worry about. 4 cost ETG. Luckily he swings at my board, which I am okay with because I don't have any counter. 6 Brule, that's really clutch. That protects us from a bunch of stuff so that we can play our 10 drop pretty safely. Here I'm debating, I just take it. So he plays Sanji. Again, I'm going to try and pressure him down because that's pretty much all I can do here. I'm going to play the Lin right now. Trash a life, gain a life. I have 2 blockers. I have an okay amount of counter. I feel pretty safe. Not the end of the world. It's on him to end this game right now, pretty much. Or else I am going to win next turn. So, swing 6. It's gonna go ahead and take that. Plays a Reiju. That's what at this point in the game that is a very whatever play, because it doesn't matter if he draws more cards. Like, as long as he doesn't win this turn. I don't know if I should have trashed the Lin. Maybe I should have trashed the Searcher, but yeah, we'll see. Again, he basically has to try and win this turn. Not necessarily, especially if I'm able to get that Ocean Sovereignty in my life. I'm in a pretty good spot because I can just remove any blockers he plays. If he plays like another blocker, I can remove it, which is very helpful for me. So he does swing into it. I'm gonna go ahead and take it because I'm pretty safe. I have blockers up. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to remove 2 of his units and just try and win this game, which definitely we can do with the Lin. And honestly, actually, like, he counters out. He has so much counter in his hand. Holy shit. He had so much counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2Ks. And a 1K. Almost countered out of it. I did have one more swing, but if both of these were 1Ks, I legit would have just lost the game. But that's pretty insane. But luckily, I'm able to get it. Last game against Kaido. I'm definitely going to be playing this deck as well. Probably some games of Kaido will be coming soon because I absolutely love this deck. But Kaido is very strong because obviously he has the 10 drop, he has Onigashima, he has access to, he can search into the Black Maria, a lot of stuff going for him. But at the same time, he is just a little outclassed sometimes because he just doesn't do a lot of what he wants to as fast as he should be able to. That's the only thing that's really stopping Kaido from truly being like the best of the best. Black Maria helps a lot because, look, like you'll see here, he's just going to straight up kill one of my life. He gets it back from Onigashima and Kid, and from Black Maria, which is kinda insane. He just kills my life for free. Super broken, but really fun, and I definitely will be trying that out. But I'm gonna start swinging. When he blocks this. As soon as he did that, I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to get hit with a 10 drop. So he just blocked that straight up. As soon as he did that, I'm like, I'm about to get hit with a 10 drop. But I didn't have any other play to do. I didn't have a much better play. So I'm like, let me just heal, get rid of the Maria, and just see what happens. Because he's just gonna drop a 10 drop right now. Let's speed this up, maybe. Oh, it is sped up. Okay. I'm just gonna play Ace and heal. Again, I don't have 10 drop Lin. If I did, that would be super ideal. But Ace is. Ace is pretty much the next best thing that I have. Let's see what's going on. Sorry about that. My mic sort of cut off. But anyway, he plays 2 puddings. He KOs one of my life. And basically, it's just like a rush down, right? Whoever, like, both of us are going to try and run each other down first. I do have a blocker, which is nice, but I don't have a lot of cards in my hand. My life, I have no idea what my life is, and most importantly, Kaido has the ability to just kill one of my cards, one of my life cards. So that is what we're playing against. That's this sort of race against the clock in this situation. But since he did use leader ability last turn, he does not have a lot of Dawn to work with right now. So we're waiting patiently, trying to see what he does. Okay, so he swings at life. I take it. I trigger into a Miss All Sunday. He swings again. I take that. Now, okay. So now, I feel like I have to go for game, which I mess up. So, one thing to mention, I think I missed it because of the technical difficulties, but I know what his life is, because I played Viola. So there was 3 life, he had 3 life, they all 3 were 2Ks. There were 2 Black Marias and an X-Drake in there. So I know he has 4K in counter right now, especially after taking that life. So I don't know if I should have done that. Swung 9. I think there's some better math there, because he has a ton of counter in his hand right now. And I'm pretty sure, like, he takes that life. And at this point, I'm trying to do some math. I swing 5. He counters 1. I put everything on. And he just, you know, all the cards that we knew he had. 1 counter. 2. And then he played a 0-drop event. And pretty much that's pretty much game. I don't think there's any real way for me to, like, survive this. Unless he sequences really wrong. But yeah, I really don't think there's any real way he can mess this up. He swings 9. I actually think am I supposed to take that? Am I supposed to take that? Because that way he can't KO it with leader ability? I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know what the right decision is in terms of, like, countering and whatnot there. But of course he trashes my beige, so maybe that would have been worth it to take that life, because then that Kaido can't swing, right? Maybe I could have won. Who knows? I played that wrong. I for sure played that wrong, but I don't know if it was winnable. He had like 2 more 2Ks in his hand. His hand was stacked with 2Ks. But first time pretty much playing Pudding. Still a very fun deck and very enjoyable. So that is where we will stop. I hope you guys liked it. Definitely will be trying out new decks in the future. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll definitely try and play those decks. Alright guys, peace.